Guys, practical management of money is indeed a real and great challenge, especially to those who are in the adulting stage or the young adults. I would consider myself as young adults. So now that we're living in a world ruled by capitalism, practicality is really hard to achieve. Now, some of you may be familiar with our next speaker because he is a Quirinian himself. To give us the last talk for today is the president of the SEDPI Group of Social Enterprises. And not only has he been a professor in Ateneo de Manila University for the past 18 years, he is also considered a financial guru, and he creates online content that makes financial concepts simple and understandable for us Filipinos. Let us all welcome Mr. Mariel Vincent Rapisura, or Sir Vince, with a warm round of virtual applause.
Ayan, hello po sa inyo lahat. Naimbag nga aldaw yung amin ay naapo. Pangaldawin, di ba? Ngem, agyaman nakta out of the manotatay, umabot tayo 98 ito yung Zoom tatay Ngem, adapay nagbati nga 41. So agyaman nakapo ta, nagbati kayo pa. Anyway, pwede naman pong panoorin itong ating training, no? Itong ating webinar na gagawin ngayon. So i-cut po natin ito into bite size para ma-upload po natin ulit, and you will be able to view all of this at your convenience. So right now, I'll be talking about financial literacy for high school students. At ang mga titignan po natin dito, ano ba yung mga tips natin para sa mga high school na katulad ninyo, no? Naku, napakabata pa. Naluloko nga ako sa sinasabi ni Juris kanina, no? 18 years na siya nagtuturo sa Ateneo. Diyos ko, ilang taon na ba ako? Tingnan natin mamaya, no? At I'll be also teaching you practical actions you can do now to prepare for adulting. Pero tapno si tayo kit makariing. Tingnan nyo ha, talaga siya agpaypayso nga Ilocano, taamok ag Ilocano. Ang dagi duma nga Ilocano ko na dang imhandamit ammo agsao, di ba? Ayan, anyway. Sige, mag-pop quiz muna tayo. Ilang taon na ba ako? Okay, pakilagay naman sa inyong comment section kung ilang taon na ako sa tingin ninyo. May mga clues kayong nakuha kanina. At yung makakasagot po ng tama ay makakakuha ng isang signed copy ng aking libro. Ang pangalan ay Learning Wealth, Successful Strategies in Money Management. Ayan, with sign, no? With sign yung ibibigay ko sa inyo. And yung mananalo dyan ay kukunin natin mamaya na magko-coordinate yung SEDPI team para maipadala sa inyong bahay, ang librong yan. Nako, aduti masursurwan nyo dito, kasano agpabaknang, kasano agbalin nga nasingpit nga anak, kasjay. Hindi, joke lang po, Ayun, anyway, pero kidding aside, mayroon pong prize po talaga yan mamaya. So, ayan, wow, talaga naman, may naglagay 26 in fairness. Nako, bigyan na yan agad. Bigyan na yan agad. Anyway, so pag titignan natin kapag tayo ay nasa senior high school na or pagkatapos ng high school natin siguro, ano ba yung magiging buhay natin after high school? At ano ba yung susunod na titignan natin? Ako ba ay pupunta sa college? Mag-aaral ba ako for college? Ako ba ay magtatrabaho na? Kasi alam ko yan, may mga kaklase ako noon, high school, na after ng ako dati parang alam ko pagkatapos mo ng high school automatic magka-college ka, pero napaka-privileged pala ng ganong pananaw, hindi pala lahat ay ganon yung patutunguhan ng buhay kasi hindi lahat ay financially capable to do it. Free na ang tuition fee sa state universities natin, pero number one, kulang naman ang state universities, hindi niya kaya lahat. Number two, free ang tuition, paano yung living allowance, di ba? So yung iba, magtrabaho kaya muna ako. 'Di ba? Itong mga pinag-iisipan lalo na kapag nasa senior high school tayo. Ako ba ay makakakuha ng trabaho? Diyos ko, gagraduate na ako ng high school. And I will be having more responsibilities soon. So kailangan kong kumita. Makakapagtrabaho kaya ako? Or magtatayo ba ako ng business ko? Ano ba yung susunod? And ang lagi nating tinatanong, nakaka-pressure na tanong actually, will I be successful? Ano bang Ilocano ng successful? Naku, nakalimutan ko. Naglastugak pa yan, bagak nga alaing Ilocano. Ano ba? Ako ba ay magiging successful? Ayan, di ba? Pero tanong talaga natin yan lahat. Pero ang pinaka-importanteng tanong, lalo na sa mga graduating na senior high school students natin, ano? Will I see my friends and classmates again? Di ba? Makikita ko ano na natin, ay kayo parang hindi nyo talaga nakita, no? Puro online, kawawa naman in the last 2 years, ganyan talaga tayo. But the real question that I want to answer with this training is, what can I do now to survive adulting? Di ba? Dito tawag dakit lumakalakay kin bumakbakit tayo met amin, di ba? Once upon a time ay katulad nyo rin po ako, no, na bata, pero tignan nyo ako ngayon gurang na, di ba? So meron akong dinevelop na financial life stages, ano? Yung financial life stages, nandito kayo usually, no, sa pre-startup stage, less than 21 years old 'yan. Kapag tayo naman po ay 21 to 22 years old na, no, yan, no, nasa startup phase tayo. Yung mga nakikinig siguro na mga kabataan pa rin, ano, ay nandito tayo sa independence and growth. Up to 30 years old kasi ang definition na ginawa ng Quirino Youth Initiative na nakabataan. So hanggang financial growth stage ay mako-cover tayo. Pero mostly ata ng mga participants natin ngayon ay nandito sa pre-startup stage, which is less than 21 years old. Usually nasa high school tayo o kaya tayo ay nasa college, ano? So, yun yung ano natin. So, ano ba yung mga money tips ko for young adults like you? Okay. So, itong money tips ko na ito ay, baka isipin ninyo, ay, kasano nga tati agpabaknang, ano? At parang practical na specific yung mga ituturo natin. Pero magugulat kayo doon sa mga tips ko because these are parang mga pagtitignan natin, mga words of wisdom, no? Kasi kailangan muna na mag-galvanize natin, malalim yung pundasyon natin in terms of our personhood, no, sa pagkakakilala natin sa sarili natin before we go towards that being rich or being wealthy. Doon natin siya madidiscover. So ang unang-una kong tip sa inyo ay embrace who you are. O, dapat mong tibagbagam. No? Di ba? Ganun yung sabi sa atin sa Ilocano. Dapat alam natin kung sino tayo at niyayakap natin kung sino tayo. Ayan. So, tingnan nga natin kung gising pa, no, yung mga sumasagot kanina. No? So, how old is Sir Vince? Ayan. Okay. Sabi ni Neil ay 40 with respect. 43 sabi ni Danielle. 43 sabi ni Juris with respect. Sabi ni Nigel 38, 35, 34. May isang panelist nagsabi pa na 20. Grabe naman. Ayun. So, irarandom ko kung sino yung mananalo. Yun na lang nahuli. Ayan. Si Danielle Sign Paligutan. Ayan, no? Tama, no? Ako ay 43 years old. Ayan, no? So 43 years old po ako, ano? At so ayan, nanalo ka. Danielle, nung nababasa ko, Danielle, ng aking libro. So we will get in touch with you later on how you would be able to get a copy of my book. Ipapadala natin yan kung saan ka man. Curious ako, Danielle, kung saang school ka, no? Saang school ka. Okay, akala nyo yun lang, no? Isa lang ipapamigay natin. Meron pa. Okay, ito naman ang aking second question para sa second winner ng ating libro ulit, no? What was my school in elementary and high school? Sige nga, ilagay nyo nga kung ano. Ayoko ng ano yung aking school nung ako ay nasa elementary and high school. O, iklo na yan, amok Ilocano. Tapos kung na ni Juris Tatay, agapu Quirino. Ay manulang mit siguro, ti eskwelaan ni Quirino aya. O, kita nyo, no, ay tagaya na akta. Ay school at bibigyan natin ulit ng libro, okay? Pakilagay din po yung mga sumasagot sa Facebook, baka merong sumasagot sa Facebook ay sayang naman, ano? At titingnan natin mamaya, so you still have time to answer the question, no? So just to give you a background of myself, so bago ako naging naging 43 years old, madami naman akong mga pinagdaanan pa, no? At just to give you a background of myself, I was given an Entrepreneur of the Year award ng Ernst & Young noong 2012. Ang nagwagi po niyan ay isang Ayala, no? Yung talagang naging winner, finalist kami. Kumbaga sa Miss Universe ay top 10, ganyan, ano? Pero happy na kasi syempre naman, Entrepreneur of the Year na yan ng buong Pilipinas, ano? And then we also received an award from the PricewaterhouseCoopers in 2015. Binigyan kami ng special award on being a social enterprise. Ako din po ay isang advocate for cooperativism. So ang National Confederation of Cooperatives, binigyan din tayo ng parangal on how we promote cooperativism in the Philippines, no? And in 2019, I was given a service award by the Ateneo de Manila. Nung same year din po ay binigyan tayo ng Social Security System, a government agency, Balikat ng Bayan Award. Tapos noong 2020, meron po tayong special citation mula sa Pag-IBIG Fund. This is also a government agency. At ang pinaka-makaka-relate kayo na award ko ngayon, ano, meron tayong noong 2021. Ito, makikita nyo ngayon dito. 2021 na Silver Button Award. Ayan, yan po ang ating pinaka-latest na award, no? Yan ang aking pinaka-least meaningful na award, really. Okay. Ano yan, ano? But before all that, sa totoo lang, no, I was also young like you, no? Naging bata rin naman ako katulad ninyo, no? And mag-throwback muna tayo. Ano bang nangyari sa akin, ano? Just to give you an idea. Parang bago yung mga awards na yan, bago yung mga success na yan, ay ano ba yung aking background, okay? So I celebrated my first birthday noong 1979. So that's me, no? Makikita nyo po yung bote ng Royal ay ganyan pa no, hindi pa mga pet bottle dati, nasa glass pa, no? And ito na po yung clue kung saan ako nag-aral, makikita ninyo, no? This is our class picture when we were in grade 1, okay? At hulaan niyo nga kung nasaan ako diyan. Sige nga. Oh. Okay, di ba? Ang cute-cute, di ba? Throwback picture talaga. Piniprint pa yung pictures namin dati. No, alam ko ngayon sa inyo ay talagang digital na, no? So, nasaan ako dito sa picture na ito? Ha? Anong kulay ng aking shirt? Sige nga, tignan nyo. Tignan ko kung makita ninyo dyan. Okay. Ayan, no? Ayan ako. Ayan, naka-Mighty Kid na t-shirt, ano? Tapos, ayun, so, sagutin na natin, what was my school in elementary and high school? May mga nagsabi, St. Mary's Academy. Si Neil, sabi niya St. Mary's Academy din. Sabi ni Ashley, Our Lady of Fatima School sa Villaverde daw. Yung isa naman sabi ay ISU Main Campus, Isabela State University Main Campus daw. Oo. Pero ako po ay graduate elementary and high school sa St. Vincent School, no? St. Vincent School sa Madela, Quirino. Ayan. So, ang winner po natin ay si Jmar N. Asuncion. So, you will get a copy of my book. Isa-sign natin yan for you, ano? Jmar. Ayan. Okay. So, ayan, ano? So, this is me when I was in grade 1. At makikita nyo na talaga dyan, ano? May mo-observe na kayo. Lahat sila nakatayo ng ganyan. Pero ako nasa gitna talaga ng picture. Tapos makikita nyo pa nakatagilid, no? Bali ang aking leeg, di ba? Oh, may clue na kayo agad, di ba? Because we're talking about embracing yourself nga, di ba? And there's another fun picture here, no? So this is my first drink with my papa. So I was, this one, I think I was about 8 years old. Tapos yung tatay ko ay, kaedad ko siguro ngayon, ano, mga nasa 43 or 45 years old siya dyan. Okay, and makikita nyo ulit, no? Ito naman, ano naman yung kakaiba sa picture na yan? Tignan nyo yung aking kamay. Oh, di ba? Tignan nyo yung aking kamay. Aba. Pumipilantik na, no? Talagang hindi makakaila, di ba? Mukhang bata pa ay may mga clue na tayo talaga, no? Kung sino ako at kung sino ako, ano ako, no? At ano ang naging epekto nito sa pagkatao ko ngayon, di ba? After that, I was also assisting in the family business. So ito po ay picture ulit sa St. Vincent School po ulit yan. Every quarter pa dati grading period kami na nabibigyan ng mga award. But I remember this is a graduation picture. And this is also ito yung graduation picture naman noong high school na. No? Katabi ako ng lolo, ni mama, ganyan. Ang dami-daming medals, no? Kung ano-anong mga medals. Pero ito yung interesting dito, ano, sa titingnan natin. Sa susunod na picture na to, makikita ninyo ay madilim na nakaraan talaga at kinalimutan ko na siya, no? Kasi noon pong 4th year high school, ako po ay Corps Commander. Would you believe that? Corps Commander ako noon, no? So there were signs already na, uy, kakaiba siya, no? He's not the typical lalaki as we know it. Pero kaya palang mag-Corps Commander, no? Tapos, uy, nag-honor-honor din naman, di ba? And I really credit St. Vincent School for that, ano? Kasi it allowed us to be who we are, at pero it encouraged the best to come out of us no matter who we are, 'di ba? Walang panghuhusga, 'di ba? Ganyan. Parang madaming alam na 'eh na pumipilantik yung ang aking kamay noon, ganyan, at niloloko talaga ako, 'di ba? The experience ko 'yan, nabubuli ako diyan, nasusulatan ako sa blackboard, sinusulat yung yung pangalan ko. Ang pangalan ko kasi outside of Quirino province ay Sir Vince. Pero diyan po sa Madela Quirino, ang pangalan ko ay Maying. Ayan. Wala pong tatawag niyan sa aking iba, kundi mga taga-Kailian lang. No? At hindi pwedeng tumawag ang iba sa akin kung hindi ko Kailian ng Maying, di ba? But yun, and I really credit St. Vincent for that, for allowing us to blossom, na hindi siya nagpakulong sa kung ano yung dinidikta ng society, at naging open siya, and that's what I'm really very thankful for. Kahit na you would think, diba, it's coming from a Catholic school, ganyan, napaka-strict. Of course, we know may mga restrictions, ganyan, pero it was never on your face, at least in my experience, na pinigilan ako kung sino talaga ako, no? Ayan. And in college, I was a part of the Ateneo Student Catholic Action, no? And like many of you, so di ba ngayon daming mga problema talaga, yun yung napag-usapan natin kanina with Dr. RJ, di ba? Like many of you, I also felt awkward, di ba? Parang naloloka ako, oh my God, yung mga yung mga basketball team captain, yung mga ganyan. Aba, nasa likod ko kapag ROTC yung pinag-uusapan, di ba? And I felt awkward about that because I felt like I didn't deserve to be at that position dahil nga I wasn't quote-unquote man enough, no? Doon sa measure ng society before. Pero yun parang pinush din talaga ng school na hindi yan yung sukatan ng pagiging lalaki, 'di ba? There's more to that, okay? And yun, like many of you, may mga nagsa-struggle din sa sexuality, no? And when I mean by sexuality is not just by ako ba ay bakla, ako ba ay tomboy, ako ba ay transgender, pero struggle din yung sa sexuality na anong nangyayaring pagbabago sa katawan ko? Bakit ako may boobs na ngayon? Or bakit ko nararamdaman 'tong mga bagay na 'to? Dapat na ba akong magtapat sa sa nararamdaman ko sa aking crush or something? These are all struggles that adolescents face, And like you, I also wondered how my life would be like, Parang Diyos ko, parang akala ko ang Madela noon ay ang laki-laki na, no? Kasi that was our world. So nung paglabas ng high school at napunta na sa university, parang oh my God, ang mas malaki pa pala, no? And I thought I wasn't ready for it, 'di ba? Pero again, very thankful to the Diocese of Bayambong for establishing the school, yung sa school natin. Kasi I think yung raw material to be successful ay naitanim doon. Parang sa totoo lang, 'di ba? When you go, pag pumunta ka ng Ateneo, UP, Lasal, ganyan, it's not because magagaling yung teachers ng UP, Ateneo, Lasal. Well, most are, pero actually nasa student selectivity din yon. Ibig sabihin, yung mga pinili nilang pumunta sa mga schools na yan ay already cream of the crop. Kaya ang expected ay sila yung tataas din, So, why I'm saying that is because like you, ay hinubog din ako sa probinsya. Hinubog din ako ng mga kinakain nating pinakbet dyan, mga diningding. Hinubog din ako ng mga bagyo na naranasan natin dyan, di ba? At we share the same experience, kumbaga, no? And what I'm pointing at is, if I'm able to achieve this, no? This modest achievement that I have right now, kasi alam ko po, hindi lang ako yung nakaka-achieve na to. Marami pang mas matataas sa akin. And we can strive for that, or we can strive to be who we are, kung sino tayo. Ayan, di ba? So, in embracing yourself, ano bang relasyon niyan sa pera, no? So, accepting yourself, no? Accepting and loving yourself. Ano ba ang kinalaman niyan sa pera? Okay, sasabihin niyo siguro, anong tabagbagana da ito yung embrace yourself, awamiti, panggip na ti kwarta. Ayan, Diyos ko, nabubuhol ang aking dila. Kailangan kong mag-practice ng Ilocano. Anyway, when you do accept and love yourself, you have happiness and peace. And having happiness and peace is actually the ultimate definition of being wealthy. No amount of money can buy you happiness and peace. Kaya ako sinasabi na doon pa lang, that is already one dimension of being rich, no? Marami po ang mga duty kwartada na baknang daan. I've experienced that in 2016. That was the height of our financial success. We had about 370 million pesos in total resources. Pero in 2016, that was also my most difficult time in my life. I was clinically diagnosed as depressed at that time. Kasi nga, doon ko na-realize na, ay, grabe na, nagbak ng kagayam, aduti responsibilidad mo, amin, panunuti, hanggang nga makaturog, ganun, ano? So, kaya sinasabi ko na accepting and loving yourself is a step closer, no, to being rich. And that will guide you in your money management, no? Because when you know what makes you happy and what is peaceful to you, it will help you set your priorities in life. At ako ang na-realize ko na priority ko pala ay hindi pala pera, no? Ang pera pala ay tool lamang yan. But it's not the only tool. There are also other tools. At ang sabi ko, mas importante sa akin ang relationships, no? My family, my friends, mas importante yon kaysa sa material na bagay. It sounds too cliche, I know. I've been there. Katulad ko, ganyan din na. When ibagbagam te kastata, ado ti kwartamon. Di ba? Ganun yung sinasabi niyo, nasa isip ninyo ngayon. Pero, I'd like you to take this with a grain of salt, no? Coming from someone who was also once like you. Okay? At kapag kilala kasi natin ang ating sarili, hindi na tayo mapapagastos to prove yourself to others, right? O for example ako, hindi ko tinanggap ang aking pagiging LGBTQI+, no? I didn't accept my gayness. Hindi ko yun niyakap. Baka ngayon po ay meron akong patago na minemaintain na boyfriend, tapos meron akong out in the open na girlfriend. Aba, dalawa yung minemaintain ko noon. Isang boyfriend, isang girlfriend, magastos, di ba? Because I need to prove myself. And that goes with straight people also, ha? Pinapatunayan niya na macho siya. Aba, edi tatlo ang kanyang girlfriend din, di ba? Ganyan yung chika niya. Magastos, di ba? Pero pag kilala mo ang sarili mo, and you know what makes you happy, what makes you sleep soundly at night, hindi mo kailangang gumastos, di ba? Okay, that's my number 1, no? Number 2 is make a plan. Gumawa talaga tayo dapat ng plano. Uy, talaga ako dyan, nung nasa Quirino pa dyan, mahilig talaga ako na mag-dream kung ano yung magiging ko paglaki ko, no, ganyan. And I'm really, really thankful na the way that I was able to resolve my depression in 2016 was asking the question, what would you tell your old self? And that relates to planning, di ba? Kasi nagpaplano ako dati, tapos na-depress ako. And then when I asked my old self, no, the question, how are you, no, ganyan. Anong sasabihin mo sa old self mo? I told myself na, huy, yung mga meron ka nga ngayon, yung mga tinatamasa mo ngayon, ni sa panaginip ay hindi mo yan na-dream when you were young. So be thankful for what you have, di ba? Slow down. Life is not a race. It's a journey, di ba? So pat yourself at the back. Don't be too hard on yourself. Who are you competing with? Yun yung naging realization ko, no? So you have to make a plan, pero kapag na-achieve mo yung plan mo na yan, kasi ang the tendency is, pag nakuha mo na yung objective mo, di ba? More, ganyan, no? That's the tendency. Pero you also have to set limits. And that goes back to the number one. You have to know yourself. Ayan, no? Pakitag naman ang inyong mga friends. Dagit-tagagayin mo yun, no? Kaya't yung isuda nga matuto about money management, ano? The next one is you visualize your future. I-imagine nyo yan, no? Because when you are able to visualize your future, you are closer to reality. And start your future today. Kasi yung future mo, hindi naman yan magigising ka na lang at yun ka na, di ba? You have to make small steps. So, like for example, ako ngayon, siguro yung iba nagpa-follow sa akin sa Facebook, nababasa yung ibang mga articles ko online, mga ganyan, ano? Pero hindi naman yun nagsimula na gumising na lang ako, oy, I'm a vlogger, oy, I'm a writer, oy, I'm a social entrepreneur. It didn't happen that way. It started when I was like you, very young, ano? Naalala ko pa yan. Sumursuruta kadagiti padi tayo nga apan ag mission kunada dayta ide mission. So magpupunta kami at magmimisa sa doon sa mga liblib na lugar sa nagtipunan ganyan, no? And that already contributed to my social consciousness at a very young age, no? Na ay narigrigat gayam tibiyagda ijay adayo pay jayan tayo, 'di ba? Yung kasi yung Mandela is already adayo, 'di ba? And yun, tapos yung mga pagsusulat ko for example, hindi yan pag once nagising ako at boom, may libro na agad. Hindi eh. Na-practice yan sa mga assignments na binigay ng mga teacher natin, sa pagsusulat. At yun yung ibig kong sabihin, yung start your future today. Because you have to build on it, di ba? So ang goal talaga natin when we make a plan is tatanungin natin yung ating sarili, no? What makes you happy? Ano ba ang nakakapagpasaya sa'yo? Pera ba? Yung jowa mo ba? O, sorry, baka bawal pa pala mag-boyfriend, girlfriend, ano, ganyan. Pero sasagutin mo dapat yan. And the sooner that you are able to answer this question, then the sooner that you will gain wealth. Okay? Avoid fear of missing out. YOLO, you only live once is good, but you always balance that with YAGO. You also grow old. Okay? So, di ba, marami, kasi kapag bata ka, carefree ka talaga eh. Pero, hindi natin alam na, we're taking too much risks and we're not looking at the future. Kailangan din i-balance natin din with YAGO. You also grow old. Ayan, no? So, ayan. So, number 3 natin, keep on learning. Ayan. So, build your knowledge, hone your skills, and widen your network. Alam niyo bang nakakatawa niyan? Yung mga katabi, yung mga ka-online ninyo, tsaka yung mga classmates niyo, mga kabarkada niyo diyan, ano? Ay dati mga loko-loko na napi-principal's office, dagita agbut-buteg pa, di ba? Ang kalkaling itan tayo dita sa ilalim ng araw, ganyan. Once after 10 years, 15 years, they will be doctors, nurses, lawyers, baka maging mayor pa nga natin. Oo nga, yung si Manong Remel, mayor ng Mandela, ay manong namin yan, di ba? Tayo yun eh, magiging ganyan. So, you have to widen your network. Don't take relationship for granted. Ano? So yun, hone your skills, build your knowledge, and widen your network. Tapos, as early as now, i-control na natin yung spending, di ba? Kasi ang pinaka-maganda talaga na foundation ng money management is being able to save. And lalo na ngayon, kayong mga kabataan ay wala naman kayo pang mga source of income. Most of you wala pang source of income. Pero meron kayong allowance. If you can control your allowance at a very young age, mas madali mo na yang makokontrol when you grow old, di ba? Kaya ngayon pa lang, pag-aralan nyo na how to control spending. And then, learn how to earn. Ako, alala ko yan eh. Kami sa bahay namin, sila mama, as early as grade 5, grade 3, naglalako ako ng ice candy, ice drop sa harap ng St. Vincent Parish every may Sunday noon for our mission month. Nagbebenta kami niyan para yung kikitain namin ay ibibigay namin pang-donate kay Father Marcelo Caers pa yun dati. Tapos grade 2 kami noon pero yung mga grade 6 pag pinagganyan-ganyan talo pa namin kasi nga Siniseryoso namin siya eh. And that's what I say when I say start your future today. Yung mga ginagawa nyo ngayon sa totoo lang, these are building blocks of your personality, your personhood when you grow old. Okay? So learn how to earn. Pag-aralan nyo na ngayon, mag-side job kayo, mag-volunteer kayo, on-the-job training, kung ano man, no? Makialam sa negosyo ni mami, o ano bang ginagawa ni daddy at mama at papa sa trabaho, di ba? And then you also have to learn about time value of money because time is literally gold, okay? Ako hindi naman lumaki po yung aming resources. Ganun ulit na paggising mo, mayaman ka na. Hindi eh. Meron kang money, tapos dahil nauna ka na kumita than your peers, no, compared to my peers before, and I invested that, lumaki siya ng lumaki because of the power of compounding, no? And yun literally gold siya because nauna na nag-save, tapos nag-earn na siya nag-earn, and it became bigger, 'di ba? Pero kung dinelay ko 'yan, no, I started later in life, then I missed that quote-unquote golden opportunity, 'di ba? So ano yung mga action points natin? Ang action points natin para sa inyo, number 1 is to open a bank account. Actually, alam niyo po, ang una kong bank account dyan ay sa it's a kiddie savings account with Madela Peanut Planters Cooperative. Nagsara na siya ngayon. Ang pangalawa kong bank account ay sa Rural Bank of Madela, no? At ang ginagawa ko noon, yung mga nakukuha ko na aginaldo sa mga ninong-ninang, sinesave ko doon. Hindi naman ako inutusan nila mama, pero gusto ko talaga nagsisave, ano? I like the idea of having money, no? Ayun. Then track household expenses. Makialam na kayo sa bahay, no? Gaano kalaki yung ginagastos niyo sa bahay. Because sooner or later, you will also take care of those on your own. So, might as well na aralin nyo na ngayon para pag lumaki kayo, hindi na kayo magkakagulatan, no? Doon sa mga nasa senior high school, apply na ng BIR, SSS, Pag-IBIG, and PhilHealth. Tapos, learn how money works. No? Sorry, hindi yan many. Naku, kaninang gabi ko lang yan, sounds like na M-O-N-E-Y. You see, I also make mistakes, di ba? Oh my God, nakakahiya. Ayun. Become a volunteer or an apprentice, okay? Learn on the job and try a side hustle, okay? So, make your dreams come true. Ganyan. Parang paniwalaan mo yon because what you tell yourself will be prophetic. Nagiging self-prophecies yan eh. So, kung every morning, tinitignan mo yung sarili mo sa mirror at ang sinasabi mo, gwapo nito bait nito you will become that person because yun yung nag-create na idea sa'yo eh. Pero kung in the morning, every morning pag nakikita mo, ay nagpangit mit dayto yan, ay naabak manin, di ba? Nako, yung outlook mo rin sa buhay will not be as good, okay? And with that, ano nang may na-achieve natin? Oh, I already have a comfortable life. This is our house here in Cainta, no? But choose your happiness, no? Ako, yung bahay nga na to, ngayon na meron kami nito, parang naiisip namin, ay parang mas maganda pala na we can have a smaller house, ano? Ganyan. Choose your happiness. And we are free, no? To choose whatever happiness that suits us, di ba? Yung kaligayahan ng iba ay baka pwedeng hindi kaligayahan mo. Iba-iba tayo niyan. So ganun din yung kayamanan, no? In the way that we should understand it. At ang kayamanan ko po talaga ay ang aking pamilya. So super spoiled yung family ko sa akin. Ako na lang po ang nag-iisang Pilipino sa amin. Ang nanay at tatay ko, panganay na kapatid ay Amerikano. Ang pangalawa at bunsong kapatid ay Australians. Ako po ay ang Pinoy. Pero mind you, ako ang pinakamayaman sa kanila. Yan, nasa likod namin, ang London Bridge, care of Tito Yeng, no? Tito Maying, no? Ang gumastos dyan. Ayan. And I've formulated a mission, no? A mission statement for myself. Maganda na magkaroon kayo din ng ganito, no? That you practices, no? Ang mission statement that I created, no, is to be happy and to be an instrument of happiness. Okay? So, yun talaga gusto ko na maging masaya, pero ayokong ako lang yung masaya. Gusto ko yung nakapaligid sa akin ay masaya din, di ba? Naku, si Sir Vince, ang high energy, pero mag-aalauna na at wala pang kinakain kahit ano. Anyway, so yan po, maraming salamat at sana itag ninyo yung inyong parents and thank them, no? Don't forget to thank them. Itag nyo sila doon sa comment section. para salamatan nyo sila because without them, no, you will not be able to reach, no, what your dreams in the future. Okay, last na pop quiz natin. Meron pang pahabol, isang book ulit. What's the first financial tip that I mentioned for young adults? O pakilagay nga sa ating comment section, no? Ano yung first tip natin? So ano yun, no? Tatlo yun eh. Yung una ay yung pangalawa ay make a plan. Yung pangatlo ay keep on learning. Ano yung number one? Awan mo tinto sa mungsong bat. Ayan. Okay, sino? Nako, parang wala yatang sasagot. Ano? Pero ang number one po natin ay accept and embrace who you are. At yung number two natin is make a plan. And number three is keep on learning. Ayan, no? At ang lagi ko pong sinasabi, ang pagyaman na pag-aaralan at napagtutulungan. Ayan. Okay. So we can maybe perhaps have a very, very, very quick na question and answer portion for this.
Ayan po. So may we now call on our panelist, Mr. John Hart. Please introduce yourself. Okay.
John Hart.
Mr. John Hart. I think he is busy as of the moment. We'll read na lang po the question from Mr. John Hart. So his question is, what are the new normal innovations about earn and invest na meron for young adults that we could adopt po during this pandemic, Sir Vince?
Actually, alam mo, hindi naman nagbago yan eh. New normal or old ways or the future, it will still go by. You have to learn how to control your spending and you have to learn how to spend, how to save, ano? Kasi yan talaga yung foundation natin. And bago pa tayo pumunta sa mga investment natin, dapat yaan yung ma-master natin. You know why? Because if you're not able to master controlling spending and you don't know how to save, no matter how big yung income na papasok sa iyo, lalabas at lalabas yan. So kahit anong investment pa yung puntahan mo, kahit anong business pa yung itatayo mo at maging successful ka dyan, you will not sustain it if you don't know how to control spending and if you don't know how to save. And all that will boil down to, yun nga, knowing your happiness, knowing who you are.
Thank you so much, sir. Grabe. Iba talaga kapag si Sir Vince. So, thank you so much, Sir Vince, for gracing us with your presence as well as your knowledge. Talagang ito yung professional knowledge that we really want. And as a token of our appreciation, we present to you the certificate of appreciation. So now we present the certificate of appreciation hereby given to Mr. Mariel Vincent Rapisura, guest speaker, for imparting his valuable insights and inspirations to the young community members across Quirino and students under the Diocese of Bayumbong Educational System during the webinar project entitled Youth Development Series held on November 27, 2021, 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon via Zoom Cloud Meeting and Facebook Live, given this day on November 27 at 8:30 a.m. 12 noon, signed by Gia Carl Martin and John Millicent Blanco. So, ayun po. Hopefully, we remember all the insights, information, and tips that you have shared with us today. So, sadly, that's all the time we have for now, but we're sure naman that these talks were very substantial and helpful, especially for us youth. And we'd like to know your thoughts, guys. So, please answer our evaluation form, which I will be sending here in the chat as of now. So you may see this link in the chat section.
Ayan, okay. And while you're doing your evaluation, let me just give some closing for our program. So ang objective talaga kasi ng program natin is yun nga, to engage the youth in to become productive and socially responsible members of society. And that's the reason why we're doing this youth development youth development series. And we want to provide relevant information on the sociopolitical and socioeconomic situation of the Philippines and support youth development for a sustainable future. So gusto ko lang pong pasalamatan yung mga collaborators natin, no? First with our implementers, of course, ang Quirino Youth Initiative, no? Baptism with fire talaga itong nangyari sa kanila ngayon, pero I think they persevered at well done. Magandang simula para sa programa natin, ano, for this webinar. Of course, we'd also like to thank Ateneo Development Studies Program for agreeing to become our co-implementer with this. Of course, with the SEDPI Group of Social Enterprises. At syempre, hindi rin po natin makakalimutan na pasalamatan ang mga partners natin, ang Diocese of Bayombong Education System at ang Sangguniang Kabataan Federation, no, sa Quirino Province, ang Fight Media Company at saka ang Quirino State University. Ay maraming salamat po, no? So yung mga projects po natin dito sa QYI ay of course we would like to do online and on-ground programs. So for the online programs, we're thinking of having more webinars and trainings like this, content generation for social media. Tapos kapag ready na po tayo, malamang po ay magkakaroon tayo ng on-ground activities. Perhaps we can have, say, an environmental cleanup drive, agripreneurship, no? Marami tayong mga lupain, di ba? Ang Quirino nga ay talagang it's the forest heartland of the Philippines. Kaya yan yung ano natin, dapat tatandaan natin diyan. And we also like to launch on-the-job trainings and internships with Quirino Youth Initiative. So shout out lang sa mga cuties natin, kay Father Mulong and kay Ma'am Annabel Tacadena ng St. Vincent School at saka ng Diocese of Bayombong Education System, si Sir Hensel Guillermo ng LGU Difun, sa mga resource speakers natin kay Jail, RJ at saka kay Volts, at saka syempre kay ating SK Federation Chair ng Quirino, si Victor. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Ayan. So kami po ay in need of more members sa Quirino Youth Initiative. If you're interested, we can put our link on how you can fill up the form. And kami rin po ay interested na makipag-link up sa mga youth groups in Nueva Vizcaya and Isabela. So if you're using this, seeing this, please reach out to us. Ayan po. So maraming salamat and have a good day.